22 minutes. 22 minutes to talk spoilers on Jack Reacher 2. Never look back.
Or please, Lord, look back to what made you great.
It's never go back, isn't it? Never go back. Never look back. Never stop, never
Jack
stopping.
Reacher 2, a look back.
All right, Andrew, hit us with that Spoilercast theme song for this week.
Oh, I was hired to kill the daughter of that Jack Reacher man. That's all I got.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Is that like son of a preacher man?
Son of a preacher man.
That's what I thought. I like it.
Daughter of Jack Reacher.
Daughter of Jack Reacher man. No, that's perfect. I love it. It's a Spoilercast theme song, different every single time because we don't want to give anything away. We're going to talk Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. If you want to hear, of course, the full review, you can check out the Siftpop podcast. Full podcast. This is just a little addendum where we can give stuff away a little bit more in case you want to hear that. Is there anything really to spoil in this movie? Like I was thinking
how bad it was.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like the quote unquote like reveals, and none of them are really revealed.
Okay, so the entire premise of this movie pretty much is that Jack Reacher possibly has an estranged daughter.
Yeah.
And now she is the target to be killed to get at Jack Reacher.
She's just leverage.
Yeah. And she's bratty.
Oh,
and we don't like
the
her.
worst. She is the worst.
Yeah, she's cousin Oliver.
And here,
levels of worse.
And here we go. She's not even his daughter.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't even matter.
I just wanted you to know, the lady that's given you coffee 4 times since you've been sitting here, that's my mom. It's like, oh my gosh.
And I knew that too.
So
like whenever I was
stupid.
like, oh, that's probably her mom. And then it turned out, and I was like, okay, is the movie over yet? And then it wasn't, and then I was sad.
That's how this whole movie is, though. Everything that's supposed to be a reveal feels like it was just already known, and there wasn't really any. And not only was it already known, there wasn't anything invested in it. Like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter whether he was her daughter or he was her daughter. She was his daughter or not. That would have mattered.
See that coming.
See, now that would have been a reveal.
That was weird.
So something that would have made this movie good is if her or Colby Smolder's character died. You know, like halfway through, and then it became a revenge flick where he just went and killed everybody.
Right, because then you get him back to his lone wolf, against all odds, do it on my own, ahead of everybody, kind of, you know.
He still would have had a tag along. One of those dudes tag along.
He would have been like,
both of them.
He would have been like,
torch them
you
both.
stay here, and then that's the last time we see that character. And like, you stay here, I'll be back
later.
Yeah, and then he just wrecks the world.
I think, for me, there has to be. So what this movie is doing
You're so upset.
Well, what this movie is doing is what a lot of movies are doing, and I actually appreciate this on some levels, but it has to be done right. There is a gender equality thing going on here that's happening in a lot of action movies where they don't want female characters to always be the damsel in distress.
Right.
I get that. I understand that. But there has to be something with a character like Jack Reacher that is motivating him.
What's the gold ring that I'm reaching for?
That is motivating him to be, you know, against all odds, conquer everything.
Yes.
So maybe don't put Colby Smulders, you know, in danger or kill her. Maybe just don't have her in the movie. You know,
make the odds so unsurmountable that both of them have to be locked in to accomplish it. They both have to attack it
separately.
Make them
separate them.
Make them both invincible.
Yes.
What would the harm in that?
There you go.
You're still going to dangle the carrot of the fact, oh, this girl might be your daughter. Mm-hmm. You got to sort of protect her, but at least you have 2 people protecting her, and then throw just, you said it earlier, hordes and hordes of bad guys at him.
Yeah.
And they just tear their larynx out, and then Patrick Swayze's ghost arrives, and Roundhouse kicks everybody.
Yep.
Sorry. Roadhouse 2.
Roadhouse 2. Roadhouse Never
2.
Go back.
Never go back. The double deuce.
Yeah, the whole thing, and you mentioned even in the podcast proper about the guy from Prison Break that was the main quote-unquote
Theodore Bagwell
baddie or whatever, and he had nothing to do in this movie. But
he was like the general guy, not the general, he was the...
No, he was a general, but then after he retired, he started a freelance paramilitary...
Literally, the whole mystery of this is, things aren't adding up. They wouldn't be making that if they were selling weapons, and then the reveal is, there's drugs in the weapons.
And we're like, because you kept showing the poppy fields every 5 seconds. How did I figure this out before Jack Reacher? He's supposed to be way smarter than me.
Also, hey, listen, Halliburton is not a charity. Halliburton has $1 billion trillion because they sell what? Weapons.
Yeah.
And so they can make that kind of money, Kobe, for selling weapons. I mean, good Lord. Look at the Middle East at this point. Like, a lot of weapons. There's tons of weapons deals going on there.
It was just a whole bunch of nothing.
It was crap.
It really was. It was a whole bunch of nothing.
Jack Reacher and his family.
A little.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It was. Join us for our new fall sitcom, The
What
Reacher
happens
Family.
when Jack Reacher meets a woman of his dreams. And it's little Susie. She tags along too.
You know what this movie felt like?
Coming to
it
NBC
felt like
this
a
fall.
bad 2-hour version of that Alf episode of Mr. Robot, that road trip episode. You know, where like, this is kind of weird. I don't understand what's going on, but there was no good payoff like that episode. It just kind of stopped halfway through, and you're like, oh man, I just wasted 2 hours of my life.
Yeah,
I
this
could
is
have been
it.
The movie
seeing
wanted to build up this bad guy and Jack Reacher as these like opposite, unstoppable forces.
Yeah.
And it never worked. Like they meet in a kitchen at one point, and that seems to be a fight, and then Jack Reacher and Colby Smulders just walk out the back and find a bus.
Yes.
Like there wasn't
That's what they do. FTA.
there wasn't a resolution there. And then the final resolution is he tackles him off a building?
Yeah.
No. You're dead already. As soon as I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And then
daughter.
The daughter.
Yeah.
I was hoping,
Yeah.
Because how does a trained ex-Navy SEAL get taken out by a 15-year-old idiot?
Sad.
Because it's in the script. Andrew.
Stop
Depressing.
it.
Oh, depressing.
You know,
Remember that
I'm
move? Remember that one move I taught you? Use it.
Yeah. That he said was going to get her killed. Well, you better try it now, even though
We're
I said
dead
it'll
already.
get you killed.
Yeah.
And like that guy doesn't know he's given a wink, wink, nudge, nudge at that point. Like, we're dead already. Like, he would.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this one, maybe you guys are both going to come on the podcast and we're going to end up doing Jack Reacher 2 on the podcast.
It wasn't great. That's for sure.
You know what the fight sequences in this between the two big bads in this reminded me of? BVS. For the simple fact that they just both seemed really heavy, like they were weighed down by cement on their legs and arms, and they were just flailing at each other. No real combat training at all. It was just like, I just want to hit you as hard as I can. And that's not what Jack Reacher does. In the first movie, he was very methodical. He would take out 5 guys at once because he was quick and he was smart.
Yeah.
And
He was always ahead of the game.
Always ahead of the game. But in this movie, he was just a lumbering goof.
But they could have spent less time on the girl and had more time on building that bad guy as like some sort of backstory of, he's had the same training that Jack Reacher's had, or maybe he even make him a little older because they have to be older, but maybe he knows a little bit about Jack Reacher's past, and that would have been great. Another reason for Jack Reacher to absolutely annihilate him at one point in the movie.
And I don't believe, and this is no, I don't know if I should say that. Never mind. Something about military police being able to beat up a Navy SEAL, but I'll leave.
You don't want to get into that argument.
I don't want to get into.
You
that
don't want
argument.
either side of that argument coming after you.
Yeah. So
what was that show? Is there a Warrior show or something on History Channel? What was it called?
No, Deadliest Warrior.
Deadliest Warrior
with Michael Hawk.
Maybe they could have that on there.
Yeah, I missed that show. It was a guilty pleasure show.
It's kind of fun. They had
it was better than Jack Reacher 2.
A samurai versus a ninja. Or a samurai versus something else. I remember at one point I saw that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Well, there was also a show. It was a Deadliest Warrior. It was an offshoot of that where they would have like 4 people, like a Navy SEAL, a Marine, Army Recon, and like a airborne, something like that. And they would have all 4 guys go through to see who was the best of the best. And every single week it was like 4 of the same people. It was really fun.
Jack Reacher won that contest actually one year, and then this guy
he should have.
This guy came in second, and that's the whole beef.
The Jack Reacher of the first movie would have won it.
In the deleted scenes, they talk about that, but they didn't.
That's the backstory.
Yeah,
and
that makes
then
sense.
John Cena comes in.
Gosh,
but you can't see him.
No, you can't see me.
See, that's how I'm going to make every single bad movie better. I'm going to imagine John Cena's in the movie, but you can't see him, and the whole thing is you're looking for John Cena the entire movie now.
John Cena.
It's good. That's good. I think that's a good
John
exercise.
Cena, what can't he do, really?
Yeah.
He can do everything. So.
You mean John Uncena?
No, Uncena.
No. I quit.
That was a little bit of a reach.
Oh, you don't know Jack.
Abort. Abort.
Abort. Sorry,
Abort.
puns.
Don't
A stretch.
Jack.
No, wait, a reach.
A reach, you
Jack
say.
reach.
Oh man,
Sorry.
it's fine.
No, this was not fine.
It was fine.
This is actually egregious at times. When they're in the hotel room and they're talking and you're like, what? We're gonna have some smoochy boochy or something here, right? And then she's just like, I'm a girl and you should take me serious because I can beat up people too. And then he's like, I know that, but I gotta take. And it's like, what? Where'd this go? What's happening?
Oh, okay. Another thing that the first movie did better than this one. The first movie was funny.
Yeah.
Because there were points with him in the first one. It was Rosamund Pike was the girl in the first one.
Yes.
And there was really high sexual tension between those two. And he was also kind of a womanizer in the first movie too. And it was funny. It wasn't done like in a Bond style or anything. It was
Right.
just, it was for comedy purposes. And that was totally left out of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because it wasn't,
Had completely changed.
it wasn't like in the first movie, it wasn't to like men empowerment, which isn't really a thing, but it was just for comedy purposes. And this movie wasn't funny. That could have been a saving grace of this movie.
Humor would have been nice.
Yeah, it
a
would have
little
been
bit
nice.
of humor here and there would have been good.
The first 10 minutes, I chuckled to myself. There's a movie starring Billy Ray Cyrus, and it's called Radical Jack, and it's on DVD/VHS.
Okay.
And the first 10 minutes of this movie is a lot like Radical Jack. Radical Jack is this movie plus,
That's a deep dive.
no lie, this is Radical Jack, and it's hilarious to watch, like because it's him being serious.
Radical Jack Reacher.
He's an ex-Marine. He's
Billy Ray Cyrus is not an ex-Marine.
Oh, in this one he is. He's interjecting himself, and it is so corny beyond belief.
Is this movie made instantly better with Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus as the daughter?
Okay, now no. If Miley were in it, it would ruin it because
How
this
she could be any worse than the
it's
girl that
rated,
was in this?
It's rated R, and he has. Does he have intercourse? He doesn't have any intercourse in this movie, but like there's some nudity in this movie, and it's so weird.
Yeah.
Fun to
Well,
watch.
yeah.
Horrible. My gosh, horrible. Anyway, first 10
What was
minutes.
it called?
It's called Radical Jack.
Radical Jack Reacher.
And Radical Jack
Radical
Reacher.
Reacher.
And the first 10 minutes of that one and this one, you could actually kind of lay him over top and be like, wait, what?
That's not a good sign.
And I was really hoping it was going to be like, he's going to Hope, Arkansas, where there's this gun dealer that he's got to stop.
Wow.
And it turns out kind of that way where he has to stop this gun dealer in New Orleans. I mean,
Maybe that's what it's based on.
Maybe it's based on
Maybe
the
this
same-
is a remake.
maybe it's based on the same book
Mm-hmm.
that this one's from, and they didn't give it any credit.
Who knows?
So,
All I know is that there wasn't much to love here.
yeah, Billy
Yeah.
Ray does not sing.
Anything else you want to spoil?
I'm done talking about this movie.
Yeah, I think I'm done too. The only other thing I would say is
corny.
this movie had one too many of the "oh no, I'm innocent, but it looks like I'm guilty" moments.
Yes.
It's just like,
They
oh no,
all-
my fingerprints are on this murder weapon.
I thought that was just the whole movie. So it wasn't one too many. It was just one too long for me. Like,
Yeah.
stop bringing it up.
Is the first one based on a lot of government corruption?
No.
No, not really.
Like, this one was like, wait. At what point would all this? What? At what point would the oversight of this
Right.
people that are honest in that government system
Uh-huh.
not look at this and be like, well, yeah, obviously this guy's running drugs inside these guns, or obviously
How in the world would there be go that far up?
The first one was kind of crime noir drama sort of thing.
yeah, which would have been better.
Yeah.
This was like, like you said, I'm innocent for a crime I did not
Espionage.
commit, and they're sending these thugs in. One's got dyed tips, frosted dyed tips on his hair, in to kill. These soldiers are here to kill you, or here to escort you to wherever. No, they're not.
Nobody would buy that.
Nobody. This is like these guys are like, I don't know, like here to
These obvious
clean your
killer
carpet.
thugs are here to
Yeah.
escort you out.
Yes. Weird. Ah, it's weird.
Hey guys, this is a bad movie.
Yeah,
This is-
no.
this
No,
is a
you're
bad
giving
movie.
it way too much credit. Saying it's a bad
I
movie.
thought it was
It's
gonna be so good,
really
too.
bad. It's really bad movie. It's